The Porsche 911 is an icon. It's been honed for more than 60 years. Sure, it's just a car, and the way it Patek is just a watch, or Steph Curry is just an NBA player, or Bluey is just a TV show. Yes, every dad dreams of the 911 as a true bucket list item worthy of those long nights and extra shifts. Which is why it needs to be able to handle dad life in the real life. And the 2025 Porsche 911 Carrera is the best version yet. It runs errands, it hauls kids, it has outrageous performance, and for 2025, Porsche's done something in the 911 that they've never ever done before in the more than 60-year history. A start-stop button for the 911. It's in their other vehicles, but the Porsche purists said, we'll never have it. We always want a key, and then the key became like this other kind of fob thing, and they're like, okay, well, at least that's still like a key, but it's a push button for the very first time ever in the 2025 Porsche 911. Now standard on the steering wheel is a toggle where you can adjust your modes, and if you have the Sport Chrono package, which Porsche was kind enough to upgrade this vehicle to, you get the Sport Plus mode. You can easily adjust it all on the fly. I love that. The interior now comes with more two-tone options, such as this one, the black and Bordeaux red. For this mid-cycle refresh, known to Porsche purists as the 992.2, they've given you some standard goodies that you had to pay for in the past. Thank you, Porsche. They've also updated some of the exterior elements, specifically the headlights, which I'll talk about in a second, and they've updated the interior. But to the headlights. One of the biggest updates sounds simple, but it's actually really cool. The Matrix Design LEDs, basically these lights now do everything. Turn signals, regular lights, brights. When you beep beep to lock, all of that happens here. Last generation was a light right down here for your turn signal. That's gone. But unlike your kid at home who donates all their stuffies and instead of using that space for something good, puts a whole bunch of more stuff onto it. No. Porsche decided, yeah, okay, the light's gone. Great. That allows for even more cooling into the vehicle, which is massively important for performance. So, good job, Porsche. Out back, and I think this is one of the best looking rear ends in all of automotive history. Just the swoop, anyway, I digress. There's a revised light bar, which I love. I love this 3D Porsche script, which looks really cool, kind of reflecting off of this gloss black. If you look at it at the right angle, looks really neat. And now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cooling fin slit vents on either side. That's more than there were before. So even more performance, more cooling, more fun. This has the mid-tier speaker system. It's 12 speakers with a sub, and it's all Bose. And if you're thinking, yeah, why don't I just buy something like this? It's kind of wild when you put the dollars into perspective. Because according to Porsche's website, if you put 10% down and you get the rate, it's like 7-something% right now, your monthly payments are around $2,400 a month with 10% down. Some dads are just really dadding, and I love you for it. Now, a lot of people will say there's no space in a Porsche, but I disagree. This frunk is surprisingly large. This is a big camera backpack, okay? Fit it there. I could fit probably at least one more kind of four-wheel roller here. I could lay this flat and probably fit another one there and another one there if you took out the first aid kit and my towel. So I think there's actually surprising how much you could actually fit in there. All right, let's do a quick tour around the inside. First, this steering wheel. Now standard is the drive mode button here. I've got my push to pass, just like you'd have in F1 kind of. Push this and it automatically brings up 20 seconds of extra oomph, which I love. Boost mode. Oh my gosh. Everything's so centered around the wheels. I've got my paddle shifters here. I've got my turn signal. I've got my cruise control, all that there. Wipers up here. So I like how Porsche's really engineered all of that within just kind of like finger touch. Not a lot of reaching. Your hands are on the wheels, which I really appreciate. They've adjusted the light so that if you want to change your light from auto to on to off, you just keep touching this, which is nice. This is the start stop button that I was talking about before. This is the fully digital display. There used to be a physical tack here, but it's not there, but that's okay because using the steering wheel here, you've got lots of different modes to choose from. You can even go old school with all the different information, which is nice. And it integrates with Apple CarPlay. So if you've got routes, Google Maps, Apple Maps, whatever, it will show up here and show you where your turns are. I love that. Some cars don't do that, so shout out to Porsche for that. Over here, this is the base Porsche. So these are some extras. That comes, the Sport exhaust was an add-on, but a well-deserved one. The Sport exhaust, push. Yeah, automatically just like changes the whole vibe of the car. This is a make it up button. Push this and you can change it to be whatever you want it to be. Of course, your sport suspension, traction, all that. All of this here is really nice and tactile. AC off. Just makes a great sound. I love that. Obviously dual climate. Different things to control the system up here. Now some people will say, oh no, there's only one cup holder. Aha. Porsche's always smart about that. Look at that. Your passenger gets their own spot for a cup holder. Don't take up this space. That's for you. So that goes right there. I love what they've done there. This, of course, is the two-tone interior I was talking about before. Nice gloss black. There's a wireless charging pad right in here where my wallet is. I don't know if that's okay or not, but it's today. Little bit of storage in the doors, little slits and slots. Hard to see, but in here is a kind of a fishnet type of thing. Over here, a little bit of storage in the door. Little bit of storage here, so not a ton. But what are you looking at in the back? You got those seats that are optional but free, so of course, why would you say no to that? You can fit a car seat. Porsche actually makes their own car seat to fit in there, because as I learned, when I put my car seat in there for my kid, his head was up there, bumping up on the top of the roof, not very comfortable. He didn't care for it. But my tween sits perfectly back here, plenty of leg room, so it's definitely doable in the dad life. Also up here is the Sport Chrono option. Well worth it because it also brings a Sport Plus mode down to your drive mode wheel, and that of course makes life much more enjoyable. There's also AC seats, heated seats, and Porsche does a little trickery. The steering wheel has a hidden button right here for the heated steering wheel. The more you know. And these are the multi-adjustable seat. I can move this, I can adjust the side bolsters, I can of course, you know, move the seat back and forward and the seat back. This is lumbar, so this is a really nice upgrade as well. Let's do this. I like to talk about cars, but I really love to drive about cars. Pretty sure that makes sense. You can hear all the rocks. These gigantic wheels pick up all the road. The traction of those wheels are just amazing. And you have to really trust that because this is a heavy back car with the engine in the back, most of the weight's in the back, rear wheel drive. This is a purist sports car. Sure, there's some electronic nannies to make sure that my dad life continues on, but just in terms of pure setup, boost mode. Oh my gosh. Outrageous. All right, turn my boost mode off, go back to being a regular person here. Regular dad. Something that I love about Porsche is how they're able to do so much with so little. For instance, 388 horsepower. That's not a whole lot, but who else can do that? Under 400 horsepower and create that kind of thrill. Yes, they've been doing it for more than 60 years, that's how. If I was doing anything for more than 60 years, I would be outstanding at it. Of course, the 911 has changed very little, other than the fact it's gotten much bigger, right? But it's the same shape, it's the same ethos, it's the same mission statement. Nothing has really changed that. Technology and everything has only enhanced that. It's only made it better. It's only made it more of what it was originally intended to be. It hasn't evolved in that way, and I love that. This is the type of car that, of course, you know, people see you in it and they assume this guy's a baller or he's a jerk, which is a real bummer because I feel like the 911 certainly doesn't deserve that kind of like cultural moniker that people just assume, you know, the worst, basically. Obviously, it's probably built out of jealousy because this is an amazing machine, amazing piece of machinery, but I digress. So, With this, you get a retooling of the engine for 2025 for this 992.2. They retool the engine a little bit, they adjust it, so you get just a small 9 horsepower bump, but I'll take it. 9 horsepower is 9 horsepower. You get a bunch of standard options that you had to pay for before, so I love that. Sport, it automatically pops up. Do you want to adjust your suspension, exhaust setting, and I want my little wing to flap up in the back too. You know, those are the types of things that you want to pay attention to because they're nice, well thought out workflow elements, you know, that Porsche has baked into this. You don't have to go deep into the menu and program everything and set it up. In fact, I totally removed the individual mode. That's just totally gone. 3.0 liter twin turbo flat 6. Yes, the Boxer 6 that Porsche is classically known for. One of the things I love about it, 388 horsepower, impressive, but the 321 pound-feet of torque. With 1,500 RPM, you're hitting 221 pounds. You're getting, what, 2/3 of your full range of torque at 1,500. That's basically off-the-line torque, like you'd find in an EV or something like that, which makes driving so much more enjoyable. The sound, so good, so responsive. And this is just the base. It only goes up from here in price and in excitement and performance. It's like, man, it's just so smooth as well. That's something that I was really surprised about when I got into a couple of Porsches last year, took them on a road trip, how this really can be kind of like that GT. It can be a cruiser and a bruiser, huh? Look at that, that just happened. This car now has a standard GPS air circulation system, which can take into account when you've entered a tunnel, and it will automatically start recycling the air in the vehicle. So if you have your AC on or something like that and it's bringing in fresh air from outside, you hit that tunnel, closes up so that you're not getting all the fumes and the, you know, moldiness, especially depending on how big that tunnel is. If you're in New York and you're going between Jersey and Manhattan, that's an important feature to have. The balance of a car like this that just wants to go, it just finds the corners, no problem. And those 6-piston brakes in the front just bite. Looking for the corner, light on the brake. Yes, I am mindful that this is a rear-wheel drive, ass-heavy 911, so of course I'm very cautious going into the corners, carrying some speed, going up the hill. I mean, I would just drive all the time. If this was my car, I would volunteer to drive everywhere. Who's going anywhere? I'm driving you. I got you. All right, let's talk downsides. Number 1, not very much storage. Number 2, tough to put a car seat in the back. Number 3, yes, a base model costs $122,000. This one's $145,000 with options. So yeah, you know, you could get basically 3 brand new big minivans, but they're not going to bring you this level of joy. They will give you a lot more space, so if you don't want kids fighting in the back, that's worth it. But so yeah, you want to know, does it dad? Yeah. Would dad drive this? 100%. Dads have teens and tweens that easily fit in the back. Car seat is a little bit tight. You maybe want to option the actual Porsche car seat for that one. So that's worth noting. But adults are fine. I'm 6'1", tons of space in here. The frunk can hold multiple bags. You can get a rooftop box if you're doing something more than just, you know, a couple of days on the road. All right, guys, there you go. That is the 2025 Porsche 911 Carrera. What a car. What a car. Make sure you're following us on social for up-to-the-minute articles and videos and photos. We got you covered. Until next time, I have a few more days with this, so I'm probably going to sleep in here tonight. It's too good. All right, see you guys.